Why does quality time matter? My name is Francesco Coni, and I am a relationship therapist specializing in helping couples build stronger, more meaningful connections. In my couple therapy practice, I often advise couples to prioritize intentional moments of connection to strengthen their relationships. What's the power of quality time? Let's talk about something we all crave in our relationships: connection. In today's busy world, where distractions are endless, spending quality time with your partner has never been more important. But it's not just about how much time you spend together, it's about what you do with that time. The real magic lies in moments where you feel heard, understood, and emotionally close to each other. These are the moments that strengthen your bond and make your relationship thrive. In couple therapy, we typically approach this by encouraging partners to focus on creating emotionally meaningful interactions that nurture their bond. Think quality time is easy? Quality time sounds simple, but it's not always easy to figure out. Should you stick to a routine or mix things up with spontaneity? How do you stay emotionally open, especially when there's tension? I guide couples to explore how their unique dynamics shape the way they spend time together. This video dives into the different ways people approach quality time, uncovering the challenges and complexities. Finding a balance that works for you. Some experts highlight the importance of routines, while others stress the need for playfulness and novelty. Rather than choosing sides, in this video, I'll show you how these ideas can complement each other. I'm not here to give you a one-size-fits-all solution or a list of generic tips. I'll offer you a framework to help you understand the many ways quality time can look in a relationship. Whether it's about repairing emotional wounds, adding excitement, or just being present. I'll show you how to combine these ideas into something that works uniquely for you. Structured rituals and emotional vulnerability. The challenge: routines like date nights or weekly check-ins are great for consistency, but they can feel empty if partners don't open up emotionally. Without vulnerability, even the best laid out plans may lack depth. Why does it matter? Structured rituals can foster stability, but genuine connection requires sharing fears, hopes, and feelings. What's the secret? Draw inspiration from the Gottmans. Use rituals as a foundation, but make space for emotionally honest conversations during these moments. Small, consistent actions and shared meaning. The challenge: small gestures, like leaving love notes or expressing gratitude, can feel superficial if the couple isn't aligned on deeper goals or values. Why does it matter? Daily acts build trust, but without shared meaning, partners may feel disconnected from the bigger picture. What's the secret? Pat Love and Monica McGoldrick show that integrating small actions with discussions about shared dreams and long-term plans creates harmony between daily efforts and big picture alignment. In couple therapy, we typically approach this by helping couples align their gestures with their shared values and aspirations, and nourish the relationship even at times of conflict. Using humor and spontaneity during unresolved conflict might seem dismissive or avoidant to one partner. Why does it matter? Playfulness can diffuse tension, but if underlying issues aren't addressed, it risks feeling shallow and not authentic. What's the secret? I emphasize the importance of using playful moments as tools for reconnection but only after conflicts are acknowledged and addressed. Just as you schedule quality time into your weekly routine, use the same time slot to revisit conflicts. You may worry that this could lead to arguments, but remember, structured interactions are often more appreciated than those that happen in the heat of the moment. Even if they feel uncomfortable at first, this approach is far more sustainable for building long-term connection and understanding. So, should quality time feel playful or serious? Dan Weil suggests using rituals as neutral ground to foster reconnection, but with an openness to addressing conflicts as they arise. Emotional vulnerability and relational repair. The challenge: repairing emotional wounds requires openness, but one partner may feel overwhelmed by the intensity of vulnerability. Why does it matter? Vulnerability is essential for healing, but moving too quickly can create resistance. What's the secret? Sue Johnson, Hedy Schleifer, and Brené Brown highlight the importance of creating emotional safety first. Gradual steps toward vulnerability ensure that both partners feel secure and ready to engage. Rituals and habits versus playfulness and novelty. The challenge: overemphasizing routines can stifle excitement and spontaneity, making the relationship feel monotonous. Why does it matter? While routines create structure, novelty keeps relationships vibrant and fosters desire. What's the secret? Esther Perel suggests weaving novelty into existing rituals, like surprising your partner during your regular date night, to strike the right balance. Big dreams versus small daily gestures. Focusing on long-term goals might overshadow the importance of small, daily gestures that nurture the relationship. Why does it matter? Partners need to feel appreciated in the moment, even as they work towards shared aspirations. Harville Hendricks recommends combining meaningful conversations about shared values with consistent, everyday acts of love. In fact, one partner may naturally drive the relationship toward long-term goals, while the other excels at living in the moment. Recognize and appreciate these differences. They are complementary strengths. I often advise couples to pair everyday gestures with discussions of their long-term dreams to create a harmonious balance. Playfulness and novelty versus emotional vulnerability. The challenge: play and spontaneity can feel shallow to a partner who is seeking deeper emotional connection. Why does it matter? While play reduces stress, emotional vulnerability builds trust and intimacy. What's the secret? Esther Perel and Sue Johnson recommend incorporating play in ways that also encourage emotional openness, such as playful teasing that leads to deeper dialogue. In my work, I guide couples to combine light-hearted moments with meaningful emotional exchanges. Relational repair versus shared meaning. The challenge: focusing too much on past hurts might delay progress toward future goals and alignment. Why does it matter? Relationships thrive on both healing old wounds and building a shared vision for the future. What's the secret? Hedy, Schleifer, and Brené Brown advocate alternating between repair-focused conversations and collaborative goal setting to ensure a well-rounded approach to connection. We approach this by fostering healing while setting goals for a brighter future. Balancing routines with emotional vulnerability. The challenge: structured rituals like weekly date nights can lack depth if emotional connection isn't prioritized. What's the secret? Use routines as a foundation for emotional openness. The Gottman's insights. Treat rituals as love maps opportunities where you dive into your partner's inner world. During these moments, ask meaningful questions about their dreams, fears, and needs. Brené Brown's take. Pair routines with intentional vulnerability. Create a safe space during rituals to share feelings without fear of judgment. For example, a weekly dinner can include a habit of discussing one thing I appreciated about you this week. I help partners turn structured rituals into moments of emotional depth using guided conversations that foster openness. Integrating playfulness and conflict resolution. The challenge. Introducing play during unresolved conflict can feel dismissive, but ignoring fun entirely makes a relationship feel heavy. The secret is to use play as a tool for reconnection after addressing conflict. Esther Perel's view? Novelty and humor can break the tension after disagreements. Once a conflict is acknowledged, try engaging in a light-hearted activity to rebuild trust and joy. For example, go for a spontaneous walk or share a funny memory. Dan Weil's perspective. Frame conflict as a shared experience. Turning disagreements into us versus the problem moments helps couples approach resolution collaboratively, setting the stage for playful reconnection. Small gestures paired with shared meaning. The challenge, acts like leaving notes or giving compliments, might seem hollow if big picture goals are neglected. What's the secret? Align daily actions with long-term aspirations. Pat Love's suggestion, infuse small gestures with meaning. A thoughtful act, like cooking dinner, can be tied to shared values, such as prioritizing family time. Harville Hendricks and Helen LaKelly Hunt's approach. Schedule conversations about your shared dreams, but also celebrate everyday moments that reflect those goals. For instance, if your dream is to travel together more, watch travel documentaries or plan a mini adventure. I advise you to connect your everyday actions with your shared long-term vision, which reinforces both your immediate and future-oriented connections. Fostering spontaneity within routines. The challenge. Over-reliance on routines might suppress the excitement that novelty brings. The secret is to add an element of surprise to predictable rituals. Esther Perel's advice: add mystery to the familiar. If you have a weekly movie night, swap the usual for an unplanned outing, or try a new genre. The Gottman's insight. Turn routines into opportunities for discovery. During a shared meal, ask a love map question like, what's something new you've been thinking about lately? I encourage couples to infuse creativity and curiosity into their routines, ensuring their rituals remain vibrant and engaging. Emotional vulnerability without overwhelm. The challenge. Sharing deeply too quickly can overwhelm a partner who isn't ready. The secret is to gradually build emotional safety. Sue Johnson's approach. Start with hold me tight conversations that focus on expressing needs in a non-threatening way, such as, I feel secure when we spend time like this. Brené Brown's take, frame vulnerability as strength. Share small personal stories first, building trust for deeper conversations over time. Create an emotionally safe space where openness feels natural and supportive. Repairing emotional injuries while building forward. The challenge. Pause once. Focusing on past hurts can stall progress towards shared goals. What secret? Alternate between repair and future planning. Hedi Schleifer's advice. Create a safe relational space to revisit emotional wounds, but end the conversation with an intentional action toward a shared vision. Brené Brown's contribution encouraged couples to embrace the imperfection of their past while committing to growth, using affirmations like, "We're not perfect, but we're in this together." Small, consistent actions. Why does it matter? Tiny, everyday gestures often have the biggest impact on strengthening bonds. They communicate care, appreciation, and attention, creating an emotional safety net over time. Pat loves perspective. Love is in the little things. A kind word, a warm smile, or making your partner's coffee in the morning are ways to show love consistently. My practical tip: leave a note of appreciation or ask your partner how their day went. Small actions that show they matter. Shared meaning. Why does it matter? Relationships thrive when partners share values, goals, and a sense of purpose. Creating shared meaning helps couples feel like a team working towards something greater. Shared meaning comes from understanding and supporting each other's dreams. Use intentional conversations to explore and align your long-term goals. Monica McGoldrick's insight. Family traditions and cultural practices can be tools for creating shared meaning, fostering a deeper connection. My practical tip: reflect on your shared vision as a couple, whether it's building a family, traveling, or giving back to the community. Celebrate milestones together that align with this vision. I often guide partners to align their everyday actions with their long-term aspirations. Emotional vulnerability. Why does it matter? Vulnerability is the foundation of trust and intimacy. When you allow yourself to be seen, it creates an environment for deeper connection. Sue Johnson's view. Vulnerability is central to secure attachment. Her hold me tight conversations encourage couples to express their needs and fears in ways that invite empathy. Pause once. Brené Brown's wisdom. Vulnerability takes courage, but is the key to authenticity. By sharing fears and imperfections, couples create stronger bonds. Hedy Schleifer's advice. Crossing the bridge into your partner's emotional world requires mutual vulnerability, making space for genuine connection. Pause once. My practical tip: start small. Share one personal thought or feeling with your partner during a quiet moment. Build trust gradually to deepen intimacy. Balancing routine with novelty. Why does it matter? While routines provide stability, novelty keeps relationships exciting. Balancing these elements creates a relationship that feels both safe and alive. Esther Perel's insight: Refini assistenteurs. Novelty doesn't mean grand gestures. It's about introducing curiosity into the familiar. Ask unexpected questions or try something new together. My practical tip: add an element of surprise to a routine, like planning a spontaneous weekend getaway during a predictable week. Repair and reconnection. Why does it matter? Pause. Twos. All relationships face challenges, but it's how you repair and reconnect after conflicts that determines their strength. Sue Johnson's EFT approach. Repair comes from emotional accessibility and responsiveness, acknowledging and validating your partner's pain. Brené Brown's take on imperfection. Mistakes are inevitable, but owning them and apologizing sincerely can rebuild trust. My practical tip: after a disagreement, reach out with a repair gesture, like a heartfelt apology or an offer to spend time together. Empathy and emotional attunement. Why does it matter? Being attuned to your partner's emotions creates a sense of being seen and valued. Hedy Schleifer's Relational space. Empathy fills the emotional space between partners, fostering safety and connection. My practical tip: practice active listening. Repeat back what your partner shares to ensure they feel heard and understood. Build and update. Love maps is a Gottman technique where partners explore and update their understanding of each other's inner worlds. Why does it matter? Knowing your partner deeply fosters emotional intimacy and builds a solid foundation for trust and connection. How to apply? Spend time asking each other open-ended questions like, what's something exciting you're looking forward to? Or, what's a recent challenge you've faced? Schedule weekly check-ins to deepen your knowledge of your partner's evolving thoughts and feelings. I encourage you to prioritize curiosity about each other's inner worlds, making it a regular practice. Balance routine with novelty. What is it? Inspired by Esther Perel, this approach combines stability from routines with the excitement of trying new things. Pause ones, how to apply. Turn a weekly dinner into an adventure by trying new cuisines or switching locations. Surprise your partner with spontaneous activities like a planned picnic or an impromptu dance session. In my practice, I guide couples to blend routine and novelty. That's because routines provide comfort, while novelty keeps the relationship fresh and engaging. Practice small, consistent gestures. What is it? Small daily acts of love, highlighted by Pat Love and Barry McCarthy, that show appreciation and care. Why does it work? These gestures create a culture of positivity and emotional safety. How to apply? Leave a note of encouragement or gratitude where your partner will find it. Offer a kind word or affectionate touch regularly, even during busy days. Engage in hold me tight conversations. What is it? Sue Johnson's structured conversations designed to foster emotional accessibility and attachment. Why does it work? These conversations create a safe space for partners to express needs and fears without judgment. How to apply? Dedicate time for one-on-one conversations where you use phrases like, I feel most secure in our relationship when. Focus on listening without interrupting and validate your partner's feelings. Incorporate playfulness and humor. What is it? Inspired by Esther Perel and Virginia Satir, this approach introduces lightheartedness into the relationship. Why does it work? Play reduces stress, builds joy, and strengthens bonds. How to apply? Play a board game, try karaoke, or engage in an activity that makes you laugh together. Use humor to diffuse tension after a disagreement, focusing on shared joy instead of conflict. bring playfulness and joy into your relationship. Set shared goals for meaning. What is it? Pause ones. Harville Hendricks and Monica McGoldrick emphasize the importance of aligning on shared values and dreams. Why does it work? Working toward common goals creates unity and a sense of purpose. How to apply? Discuss and set goals together, such as planning a trip, saving for a shared investment, or starting a new hobby. Celebrate progress on these goals as a team, reinforcing your connection. Repair emotional injuries. Pause twos. What is it? Techniques from Brené Brown and Hedy Schleifer for addressing past conflicts or misunderstandings. Why does it work? Repairing emotional wounds builds trust and creates a stronger bond. How to apply? Acknowledge and validate your partner's feelings about a past hurt. Use phrases like, "I see how that upset you and I'm sorry." Follow up with a small gesture of repair, such as planning a relaxing evening together. In couple therapy, we always practice acknowledging, validating, and repairing emotional wounds to rebuild trust. Be present and emotionally accessible. Pause twos. What is it? A Gottman and Sue Johnson strategy of being fully present during quality time. Why does it work? Emotional accessibility ensures partners feel valued and connected. How to apply? Set aside distractions like phones or work when spending time together. Actively listen to your partner, making eye contact and offering verbal affirmations. Examples for couple therapy. Therapist-led exercises. Use the Love Maps exercise in couple sessions to encourage partners to explore each other's inner worlds. Homework assignments. Create a bucket list together to foster shared goals and bring it to your couple therapy practice to explore how to implement that consistently. Conflict resolution practice. Ask your couple's therapist to help you turn disagreements into collaborative problem solving, or get yourself a book by Dan Weil. Let's wrap up with our final thoughts. Quality time isn't one size fits all. This video has shown that different approaches, whether structured rituals, emotional vulnerability, playfulness, or small consistent gestures, each offer unique benefits. Combining structure with spontaneity, vulnerability with playfulness, and routine with shared meaning creates a more dynamic and fulfilling connection. These synergies enrich relationships by fostering emotional safety and trust, keeping the spark alive through novelty and play, aligning daily gestures with long-term shared goals. In couple therapy, we typically approach this by tailoring these integrated strategies to suit the couple's specific dynamics and challenges. Quality time isn't just about the time spent, it's about how you spend it. This video provided a roadmap to create meaningful quality time by balancing theory with practical strategies. I encourage couples to see every moment together as an opportunity for growth. With intentionality and effort, every moment spent together can bring partners closer to the relationship they've always envisioned.